Yo, what's up guys, it's me Jake here, and today I'm going to be talking about Chainsaw Man. Since I recently read volumes 2 and 3 and I just majorly fell in love and wanted to make a video on it, so here we are. But before we get into that video, I want to know what is your favorite new age shonen, so leave that down in the comments below, and yeah, let's just get straight into the video. To start this off, I'm going to talk about a synopsis for Chainsaw Man. Basically, we meet our friend Denji, who is our protagonist, and he has a little bit of a friend named Pokita, who is a chainsaw demon, which is shaped like a dog, and he is blackmailed into becoming a devil hunter for this devil hunter crew to repay his debt of his dead father, but after a while, they backstabbed him and killed him, but to save his life, Pokita merged with him, making him a half-human, half-demon, leading him to join the Public Safety Office. But due to all of this, his childhood was basically non-existent, and he's just trying to live a normal life now, and it's great to see how Denji develops and what happens in Chainsaw Man. Now, I know what a lot of people say about Chainsaw Man, the ending is confusing, but it's a Tatsuki Fujimoto work, so I'm expecting a confusing ending. Like, if you've read Fire Punch, I've only read the first volume of Fire Punch, I want to get more, but I've heard it also has a confusing ending, and whenever I hear Tatsuki Fujimoto, it always is with confusing endings, so I was kind of expecting it with Chainsaw Man, but I'm really excited to read more, even if it does, because the cast of characters around Denji is also really great. I love Power, I love Makima, I love Aki, I love everyone around Denji, and Denji himself is one of my favorite protagonists out there right now, as he definitely is a very kind of realistic teenager kind of protagonist, and I really do like that. Of course, he does turn into a demon, which isn't really realistic, but for the story, he is an amazing protagonist, and I really do enjoy watching Denji do what he does. But even so, the cast around him is probably as likable as Denji himself, as they really do kind of develop together, and they all grow together, which is something I really did enjoy through these 3 volumes, and it just makes you just connect with them so much, and there's such cool kind of atmosphere around all these characters, which makes them even more enjoyable, and I really do love that. And the powers with these characters are pretty unique, and I really do enjoy it. Like Aki with his sword. That moment with his sword is dope, and I really love it, I will admit. But even the power system's really unique, and I really do enjoy it. And I think that it has a lot of room to grow on me, even though I know it's only going to be 11 volumes, which makes me super hyped to see where it goes. Even if it does get confusing from now on, I will still probably enjoy it because of the world we were built and the cast that was assembled around Denji. It's all just super enjoyable, and it's just a very fun ride, and I think that's one thing that we really have been lacking in recent shonen, just fun rides. We've just been getting a lot of big, dark series, and it's been really lacking that one thing. Now, I know we have Black Clover, which is super fun for me, and a couple other series that are just fun, but when you look at it, we also have, like, Promised Neverland, and sometimes even Demon Slayer can get dark at times, so I think that having this breath of fresh air with this super fun series is very great to have in Jump, and just very great to have in Shonen in general right now. And that's another reason I'm super excited for part 2 of Chainsaw Man, because I don't know if it's going to continue being confusing, or get back to where it's not confusing, because I've yet to read the ending of Chainsaw Man, so I don't know if it will continue confusing or not. But I think that it has a lot of potential, and having something this fun in Jump is always great. I know Kaiju number 8 started off pretty fun, but recently it has gotten pretty dark as well, and same with Jujutsu Kaisen. I know that's pretty dark, so there's a lot of darker series in Jump, and I know you might be saying Chainsaw Man is also probably dark as well, but the comedy in it is still great, and it still is just fun, and that's something I really did miss. So I'm definitely very highly suggesting Chainsaw Man in this video. If you cannot tell, I think it's great. I would suggest it. I think it's an 8 to 9 out of 10 for me. It's just super, super great. And Denji is one of my favorite characters. So to continue on, I want to talk about the world, because the world is not really that unique. It's just really like the real world. But even though it's like the real world, it's still super enjoyable, because we get to see what these demons do and what they would do in this realistic world, and I think that's really cool, and seeing how their powers really affect the world around them and how the world can be affected by the powers is really interesting. Like in volume 2 with the hotel demon making them get trapped on the 8th floor, I thought that was really cool, and it was a really big extension of the world, seeing how these demons affect the landscape around them. I really did enjoy it. I thought that was a really good part. I really think that Chainsaw Man, if it continues doing that, will really make me like this generic world even more. comparing this to every other thing in Jump, it doesn't seem like it will be very generic, and I do really like that, and the world is one thing about that, and that's why I like this world so much. And then if you compare it to the rest of the New Age Jump, like JJK did start off with a kind of generic world as it seemed like very realistic, but very quickly flipped the switch, and I thought that was also very good for that series. But for Chainsaw Man, sticking with a world like this, I think might be better for it, and I think it would be very, very entertaining to see how Fujimoto takes Chainsaw Man with this world and the characters that are within it. So if you were to ask me what would I think of this world, yes, it's generic, but it has a lot of little things that get affected by it, which make it better, and I think that's something that's very unique about it, and I really do enjoy that. So I think the world and the world building would probably be a 7.5 to 8, because I think it's a very good, very solid world. But if we're talking about the story for Chainsaw Man, that's a different thing, because it's very sporadic. Now, do I think that's bad? Absolutely not. For a series like this, having a sporadic story really makes it even more entertaining, and I think that's a very great way that Fujimoto takes it. I think Fujimoto makes it very sporadic on purpose because of this, because the characters and the world connected make this story as sporadic as it is. Now, by sporadic, do I mean, oh, it's just bad pacing, or what do I mean by that, you might be asking yourself. By that, I mean it flips its own switch a lot, making it very, very entertaining to see where it can go, because you never really can actually predict where it's going to go because of how sporadic it is and unpredictable it really can get. I think that's really great. I think it's one of the only series that can really hit that very, very well. I really do enjoy that, and I think Fujimoto is one of the only manga that can actually do that well. So I'm happy to see that he's doing it very well in Chainsaw Man. And if I were to rate that as well, I'd probably rate that an 8 to 8.5, because it's just super great for this kind of story. But moving on to the artwork. The artwork for the series is very unique, and comparing it to the rest of Jump, it's definitely on the weaker side, but I definitely think it fits this story as well, because of how weird and random it can get because it's Fujimoto, and I think that's really great. But if I'm going to compare it to things like JJK, Black Clover, and even MHA, I think the art doesn't really hold up, but saying that doesn't mean it's bad, because I think the art's still very suiting the series, and that's one of the main things that needs to happen for this kind of story. You need to have the art actually link up with the series itself, and since it does, I think it really does elevate it because of how gritty Fujimoto's art style is, and how he draws, because that's very important for a series like this. Really does link up with the story as well. So I'm just going to say that I would give the art a 7 to 7.5, but it can grow on me even more with the more I read it. I think that this has very high potential, and I very much think that as it goes on, like most manga, the art will most likely get better. So I'm very hyped to see where Fujimoto takes it, and I cannot wait to see more Chainsaw Man. I've been really enjoying it. I've been really debating to read it on the Jump app or the Viz app because of how much I like it, but I think I'm just going to wait for physicals to come out, because reading physically, in my opinion, just feels so much better than digitally, and I'll also get migraines reading digitally. But yeah, I think Chainsaw Man is one of the only things that I really want to catch up on. That and JJK are some stuff I just want to be caught up on, but I'm going to wait physically for both, even though I'm super impatient with them, and just binge the volumes once I get them, because both of them are really enjoyable, and I might make a JJK video next week, but I don't know yet. But I think that Chainsaw Man is probably as good, if not a little bit better than JJK in my opinion. I think Kaiju number 8 tops them both. That's just my opinion. I think Kaiju number 8. And if they just killed the character I think they just killed off in Kaiju number 8, I will like it even more, because it'll show that they are just willing to kill any character in Kaiju number 8. And it'll make it such more high stakes, and I think it'll just get even better. So I want to make more videos on both JJK and Kaiju number 8 in the future. But to get back on topic, Chainsaw Man, it definitely has the potential of being better than Kaiju number 8 for me. But I think that Chainsaw Man is so good, and there's so much promise to it. I definitely would highly suggest it, but of course it definitely is having stocking issues right now. But when it comes back in stock, definitely pick it up. It is a series that is a must read for me. I think Chainsaw Man is super enjoyable, and I'm so happy that I decided to pick up the volumes and read it, because I was not going to read it until all the volumes came out, but then I just decided I'm going to read volumes 2 and 3, and I'm so happy I did. I enjoyed it so much, and it was so fun. So I definitely suggest it to everyone else out there, and do not pay those eBay prices. Okay, that is it for me today. Leave down in the comments what you think is your favorite new age shonen. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I see you guys next time. Peace!